Jim Arrington, born on September 1, 1932, faced significant health challenges from the start. Arriving 1.5 months premature and weighing just 5.5 pounds, his early years were filled with struggles. His parents fought tirelessly to ensure he survived. Jim was asthmatic and often sick, earning him the childhood nickname Skinny Bones. However, it was during these difficult formative years that a spark was ignited, one that would change the course of his life forever. At the age of 13, Jim's life took a pivotal turn. While browsing through a drugstore, he stumbled upon a bodybuilding magazine. Captivated by the muscular physiques of the bodybuilders within its pages, he felt an overwhelming urge to transform his own body. Jim Arrington, VO. They were so huge I just couldn't believe it. Even their forearms were massive. This moment of inspiration led him to mail away for a 25-cent booklet titled Molding a Mighty Chest by Canadian strongman George Jowett. Armed with this new knowledge, Jim began his fitness journey with whatever equipment he had at hand. Jim Arrington, VO. My dad had a couple of steel balls that were about 3 pounds each. Thus began his journey into weightlifting, which would span over 7 decades. At just 15 years old, Jim began to see changes in his physique. He went from weighing 115 pounds to 128 pounds within a few months of dedicated training. By the time he turned 15, he had gained a remarkable 35 pounds, weighing in at 150 pounds. This transformation not only improved his physical health, but also instilled in him a newfound confidence. Despite his progress, Jim harbored doubts about his genetic potential in bodybuilding. He often compared himself to other bodybuilders, feeling he lacked the ideal genetics and bone structure. Yet, this didn't deter him from pursuing his passion. Jim Arrington once said, "I learned the secret to bodybuilding back in 1974 from Ken Waller, Mr. Universe in 1975. He told me to do what works for you." This underscores the importance of personal adaptation in training. Jim didn't step onto the competitive bodybuilding stage until the age of 45. He had always felt he had to wait until he was big enough to compete. However, this mindset changed when he finally donned the spray tan and entered his first contest at the Mr. America competition in the 40-plus category. To his surprise, he earned second place, claiming the title of most muscular in his weight class. This initial success fueled his desire to compete regularly, and he soon became a familiar name at competitions across America. Over the years, Jim participated in over 60 bodybuilding contests, winning 16 of them. He fondly recalls competing at California's famous Muscle Beach, where he cemented his place in the bodybuilding community. Each competition served not only as a platform to showcase his hard work, but also as a way to inspire others. Jim Arrington officially entered the Guinness World Records as the world's oldest male bodybuilder in 2015 at the age of 83. This accolade solidified his status as a pioneer in the sport, proving that age is just a number.
What does it take to become the world's oldest bodybuilder? 76 years later, Jim still hits the gym regularly.
Man, I see Jim almost every day. He does more than a good 60% of my clients or anybody that comes in this gym, except these guys. Sorry.
Right now I'm training 3 times a week, 2 hours per session.
Jim has a few tricks to his longevity.
Ideas coming in. This business of doing 10 reps and holding the weight for 10 seconds, and then doing 10 more reps and doing that several times. You get the burn. No pain, no gain.
But Jim's biggest secret is adaptability.
What works for a person at one time in their life isn't the same, and that's the whole thing about bodybuilding. It's adaptation.
To continue doing this, so far into his years, it's an inspiration to me to know that I have the opportunity, hopefully, to be able to experience it for that long, and it's just awesome to see that he still has the fire and still keeps us all going.
Just want to be like you when I grow up.
It's not just his workouts that changed over the years, but his diet did too.
I used to do the old style, lots of milk and lots of beef. Those are the 2 foods that I'm not allergic to, but they lead to inflammation. I've changed my diet entirely. I'm doing more with olive oil, mushrooms, things like that. So I figured if I did that, I could continue training and I could keep this thing up.
I tell you something, I got 110% sure that you're gonna go to heaven.
Oh, great.
Because you act like a kid.
Jim isn't your average gym rat. He's a fully fledged competition-winning bodybuilder.
This is me when I got serious and gained weight. My first contest, and I placed second and won the most muscular. See, I got pretty good abs. I've done many shows at Muscle Beach, probably 20 or so. These are first place, so. First place! Anything that's over 80, I got first place.
Jim first achieved the record at the tender age of 83, and he is still competing.
Being a Guinness World Record holder, it was the inspiration for me. I've done over 60 competitions. I've been through that. I've done all that. It's opened an entire new universe for me. I've enjoyed it very much. I would say I think everybody should be one, but I mean, there's only a few can do it.
There is no doubt that Jim is a true inspiration to young and old.
And what inspires me is the people that come up and say, I inspire them.
I mean, 84 years young. You know what I mean? With abs, Most people at 84 are dead.
I have a very low opinion of myself, physically, as a bodybuilder, because I see all these fantastic physiques, and I knew the only way I could make it is that if I outlast everybody, and that's exactly what I did.
Now at 92 years old, Jim continues to break barriers. His last competition was in 2022, where he demonstrated that his passion for bodybuilding is as strong as ever. His ability to adapt his training and diet over the years has been crucial to his longevity. What works for a person at one time in their life isn't the same at other times in their life. He has tailored his workouts to accommodate his aging body, focusing on injury prevention while still pushing himself to achieve new goals. As Jim aged, he shifted his training methodology. Initially, he followed a full-body routine, but now he employs a split routine, dedicating specific days to different muscle groups. For instance, he trains legs on Mondays, mid-body including abs and chest on Wednesdays, and shoulders and arms on Fridays. Each session lasts about 2 hours, and he trains at least twice a week at Gold's Gym in Venice Beach, the mecca of bodybuilding. In addition to modifying his workouts, Jim completely overhauled his diet. In his younger years, he relied heavily on milk and beef, which he later realized caused inflammation. Those were the two foods that I'm not allergic to. Now, his diet consists of healthier options like olive oil, mushrooms, cottage cheese, chicken, and fish, accompanied by plenty of salads to aid digestion and nutrient absorption. Competitions and breaking records have opened an entire new universe for Jim, filling him with passion and enthusiasm for bodybuilding. His competitive spirit remains unyielded as he continues to set new goals, including advocating for an over 90 category in competitions. Jim Arrington's journey is not just a story of personal triumph. It is a powerful narrative that encourages others to pursue their fitness goals, regardless of age. He embodies the philosophy that it's never too late to start working out. Stop thinking and start doing. Everyone always says there's something they have to work a little more on, and they say they aren't ready yet. You can't look at it that way. You need the experience. You just have to do it. This mindset has inspired countless individuals to embrace fitness and live healthier lives. Jim Arrington's story is a testament to the power of perseverance, adaptation, and passion. From a sickly child to the world's oldest professional bodybuilder, his journey is filled with determination and resilience. At 92, he continues to lift not just weights, but also the spirits of those around him. Through his actions, Jim teaches us that fitness is a lifelong journey, one that is accessible to everyone, regardless of age or circumstance. As he continues to defy expectations, he reminds us all to embrace our potential, adapt as we age, and find inspiration in our pursuit of strength. Jim Arrington is not just a bodybuilder, he is a symbol of what it means to live life to the fullest, inspiring generations to come.